that it debate.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank people power, our power, and NUP, and everywhere.
He's muted on Zoom. Yeah, he's muted.
Eno bagamba yabano. Genda wano ku computer yo. Eri mute.
Just have to translate it.
to human services and quality education, healthy services for all. The diaspora people have been asking these questions. Will he be in position to address all these key important issues? And we anticipate that that is very important. We believe that something is going to change out of the discussions. So for now, I'll take you back into the conference room and I'll be back. Thank you. So that is very important. Again, I'm sorry I was distracted by my cameraman here, but let's look at the key things that I mentioned earlier. Is he going to talk about? Is he going to talk? All right. So Bobi Wine is now ready to talk, and I'm going to take you back into the conference room. Thank you. I'll be back.
Hello? Hello?
Number of key things that are happening here. So we believe that the discussion is going to be big here, and we expect Honorable Roberts are going to give his address here, and I am glad that my team is working so hard to make sure that we have the best. So I'm joined by Hillary Seguya. Hillary, this is not new to you. You've been through all these conferences. You've attended a number of activities. Now, I want to ask you a question. What do you expect out of this conference today?
Well, I believe that we're here as comrades in struggle, and we've come to deliberate on different issues on how we can strengthen this movement, because this is a movement that is about bringing fundamental change in our country, Uganda. And we believe that very soon we shall have all the strategies that are going to enable us to destroy or to dismantle the triangular dynasty of Despot Museveni. And we believe that soon Uganda will be free from tyranny.
All right, sure. I've had a number of key speakers. Someone came, Dr. Daniel Kauma and the team mentioned about the Structure Review Committee. These things have been happening in the diaspora before. We have seen during the days of Dr. Besigye, we have seen a number of things like this happening. Do you think this is going to be different this time?
Well, of course, as you know, that challenges are inevitable in all political parties. But it's all about uniting yourselves and also making sure that you move forward in whatever you bring. So, and also making sure that you solve whatever challenges you have very fast. So I believe that with our leadership here in Boston and also in Diaspora, we shall be able to bring the change in our country, Uganda. So we believe that, of course, we're going to be very different because right now you see we are unique from other political parties. And we believe that this new foundation of NUP is going to be, the revolution of all political parties in Uganda. And we believe that we shall bring that change we have. We want to see in our country, Uganda, for a better country.
All right, sure. This is some question I've asked a number of other people I've interviewed tonight, that there has been a glitch between the communication between the diaspora community and the people at the Secretariat. Do you, according to you, do you think we are going to see something new after this diaspora convention that has taken place tonight?
Yes, I believe that, of course, we've come here to deliberate on issues, to share ideas. And, of course, we believe that the Secretariat back home in Kampala is going to also get some takeaways from this retreat. And I believe they will implement the changes because they want us to move forward and also to move on one goal, because our mission is to make sure that we move in one direction to liberate ourselves. So I believe that changes will be implemented and we shall see, of course, a better NUP in diaspora.
All right, last question is about the demonstrations that have been taking place. Yesterday, I saw you in New York. But for now, Hilary, I'm going to let you go and get back to Honorable Robert Chagulanyi, who's going to be giving a speech. Thank you. All right, I'll have you again.
Mr. President, come through. Okay. My sound is on. This is on. That's on. Okay, as a way of testing the sound, people power. Our power. People power. Our power. Great. Please confirm that I am on sound. Okay, hello, greetings, fellow Ugandans. Apologies for the technical glitch. I hope I am live and clear on your screen, ladies and gentlemen. I want to greet you, fellow Ugandans who are gathered in Boston today. I salute you. I also greet you, friends, fellow Ugandans who are joining us in solidarity. I salute you very much. Today, ladies and gentlemen, in a very special way, I want to salute our comrade, Comrade Anthony Wameri, who is present today here with us. Comrade Wameri, I thank God that you could marshal up the energy to attend this conference. The last time I spoke to you, you were not feeling very well, but by the grace of God, you are with us today and you will definitely get well soon. Thank the Almighty God. It's very sad, comrades, that I was not able to physically attend this conference owing to the travel restrictions, but we thank God that nevertheless I am able to communicate and be with you, although, virtually. I appreciate you, fellow Ugandans, for the Uganda Action Day yesterday. I watched, and the entire world watched, as you stood up to be counted, as you asserted our voices. I really felt honored, I felt represented, and many Ugandans, comrades, felt represented by your action yesterday. I want the world to know, and indeed all of us to remember, that our objective is to show the world that it is not only immoral, but it's unacceptable to stand with a dictatorship that is killing people, maiming people, to stand with a regime that just blatantly rigged the elections, that massacred people. You know, we should continue putting it in the face of these development partners that, you know, they are coming off as partners in crime when they hobnob with a renowned dictator, and the only way to put it across is to stand and be counted. So I thank you, comrades, for making it yesterday to New York. We watched, and I'm sure it will inspire many other Ugandans to continue standing up morally, non-violently, but of course, very, very assertively. You, comrades, have been playing a big role, a big role in the struggle back home. Of course, while appreciating the countries that stood with us, we must stand with ourselves. You, the diaspora comrades, are playing a great job, right from the days of beginning of the People Power movement to today. You have supported the comrades in the struggle, but again, in many years, Ugandans in the diaspora have come out unprecedentedly. They have not only directly been involved in the struggle for change back home, but they've been involved massively. It has not been happening the way it is happening. And I hope that we find the courage to push on forward, to become more and not to become lesser. Friends, Museveni is scared. Museveni is scared of the diaspora, and rightly so. Museveni knows the role the diaspora played in the 1980s when they are fighting against Obote. They know what they call in their books the external wing of the NRA. Those are the guys that went from country to country, exposing the Obote excesses, the Obote regime, demonizing it. And that was a very, very big factor in their win. So Museveni knows what happens. Museveni knows that while we talk, while we expose the regime back home, it is much more effective when it's done in the diaspora. And that is why they are investing millions and millions of dollars to, you know, pay companies to cleanse the already blood-stained image of the regime. You, comrades in America, you have seen, you know, companies. There's this company that recently was, you know, forced to part ways with General Museveni in America, but I'm informed that they are still working with the Museveni regime in the UK. The company is called Mercury. And many other companies, many other lobbyists have been paid in millions taxpayers' money to cleanse the regime. But of course, comrades, you know, with your relentless efforts, not even the lobbyists that are paid to cleanse the blood-stained regime, the blood-stained image of the Museveni regime will help him in any way. So we salute you, comrades. You know you're playing a big role. The protesting, the pressuring of the governments and the leaders where you come from, but also it goes to supporting the foot soldiers that are here. You supported us through the campaign. We never lacked. I always say that Museveni wants the world to think that we are supported by whites, that we are supported by foreign powers. But you know as well as I know that it is you, comrades in the diaspora, that have supported us through the presidential election. You've supported comrades in prison. You've supported those that are in hospitals, and you continue to support their families. So the role of the diaspora cannot be overemphasized, comrades. We salute you, and always remember that you are playing a big role. Like I was trying to say, the regime is scared. Besides paying lobbyists, they are trying as much as possible to infiltrate and destabilize and disorganize our leadership all over the world, especially in the diaspora, because according to them, that is the only way they can survive. The Museveni regime is planting spies all over the world, and of course you wouldn't be surprised if you have some amongst yourselves right now. I can only continue to encourage you, comrades, to be, relentless, to be, vigilant, to look out and to continuously assert yourselves and assert the values that we stand for and push on the cause, because we rely on you so much. The nation relies on you, gentlemen and ladies, so much. Allow me, friends, to reassure you that we won the January 14th election here in Uganda. And I'm talking to you not only as the president of the National Unity Platform, but as the president of the Republic of Uganda. Although General Museveni, using the military and of course using Mr. Byabakama and his electoral commission, he usurped the voice of the people and once again imposed himself on the people of Uganda, using the abductions of our people, the rampant arrests, the November massacres, and the like. He was able to suppress the voices of the people and to prevent them from rising up to demand their victory. So, did it end there? Of course not. I must remind you, comrades, that fighting a dictatorship is not a sprint, it's a marathon. In Sudan, for example, you remember that the people of Sudan made various efforts to rise up to free themselves from the tyrant regime of Omar al-Bashir. But every now and then, on a number of occasions, Bashir was able to suppress the people of Sudan until that one time in April 2019. So our time is soon coming. Let us continue pushing on. Let us not give up. Like I said, fighting a dictatorship is not a sprint. It is a marathon. We need to prepare our minds to go for the long drive. In terms of tactics, of course, we must do everything within our power to make sure that the dictatorship, the Museveni dictatorship, falls to death. In terms of tactics, we should do that. We should aim at making the regime fall as soon as now. But in terms of strategy, while we think about today, we must also prepare for tomorrow. We must prepare our minds for the long run. Because in any case, comrades, do we have an option? No, we don't have an option. So while we find the comfort in knowing that, not a single movement or organization has been able to shake the regime to its nerve in just a short time, I must remind you, comrades, that we don't have very many options. We either fight on and continue fighting, or we resign to slavery, which many of us agreed not to do. We are not going to resign to slavery. Uganda is our country, and we are going to free ourselves, or we shall die trying to free ourselves. We don't have an option. Remember, friends, because everybody has seen it, that Museveni is building a monarch in Uganda. Everything that is happening shows you the strategy Museveni is having, from the abductions to the torture of our people, to the arrest of Honorable Sejirinya and Honorable Sewanyana, to the mass murders. I mean, even the murders and attempted murders of high-ranking military and police officers, especially those that are deemed to be a threat to the monarch that Museveni is creating, speaks volumes. You have all seen and been disturbed by the constant deaths of outspoken religious leaders, those who are critical of the injustices occasioned by the Museveni regime. We've all seen them die in a very unexplained manner, from Bishop Kagwa to Sheikh Muzata, Sheikh Anas Kalisa, and of course the unexplained death of the Archbishop Cyprian Chistoranga, to the recent one. That should cause us to question, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to know and to reaffirm this to your comrades, that the Museveni family is in a shopping spree. Yes, the Museveni family is on a shopping spree, buying whoever is up for sale, using the money borrowed in our names, in the names of your children and your children's children, and also using the money squeezed out of the people, especially in these disturbing times, trying and indeed succeeding many times in buying and co-opting critical voices from musicians, artists, to academicians, religious leaders, and even civil society actors. So we should know that we are up against a dictator, and I really agree with the words that our Secretary General has just communicated. We are up against a dictator, and we must be vigilant. It's a shame, of course, to see that some Ugandans, respectable Ugandans, have decided to opt for selling the future of their country, the future of their children and their children's children for a quick gain and a quick buck. But the assurance that we have, that I want to reiterate to you, comrades, is that the people of Uganda are on the side of change. They are yearning for change, and they will get the change that they so badly desire. Friends, this retreat is very, very important. It's very important, and I hope through the discussions that we are having, that you are having, we can be able to look into ourselves and evaluate, see where we have come from, see where we are, and see where we are going. And I also hope that the leaders from Uganda will be able to share with you the experience from the ground, and maybe through the deliberations, the discussions, and the sharing of views and strategies, we can be able to find a better way of guiding the glorious men and women on the front line, especially those foot soldiers, the Ugandans from different walks of life that are resolved to chase away the Museveni dictatorship, which I can constantly assure you that we will succeed at. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to encourage unity. I want to encourage unity amongst us comrades, amongst you, amongst the comrades and the chapters in the diaspora. We must look out for any temptation of diversion. We must look out for any temptation of tribalism. The Museveni regime has always tried to divide us along tribal lines, along class tribes, along class lines and various things, but most importantly, along tribal lines. So we must not fall prey to the Museveni tricks, because that is how that generation has been able to, that's how Museveni has been able to divide people. Good enough, we are from a generation that is already united. We are not together because we are friends. We are not together because we like each other's character. We are not together because we like each other's religions or each other's tribes. We are together because we share pains, because we share dreams and aspirations for this our country, Uganda. We don't have another. So it is important that even while we are still in the struggle, we find a way of understanding each other and embracing each other in our diversities. I want to encourage that, ladies and gentlemen, because I believe that has worked. It has worked here on ground. It will work in the diaspora. It will work all over the world. Conclusively, ladies and gentlemen, I want to appreciate in a very massive way the leadership of the diaspora. Thank you very much for the work that you are doing, the work that you've been doing, and the work that you continue to do. And I want to encourage you not to relent. I want to encourage you to keep going, to keep pushing. I also want to promise you, ladies and gentlemen, that I will be with you soon. I will not announce this time because, every time I announce that I'm going to be with you, something happens. So this time I'm not going to announce when I'm traveling, but I sure will be with you. One of the discussions, as I conclude, one of the very important discussions that I was very much looking forward to be part of is the streamlining and the strengthening of our diaspora leadership. Unfortunately, I did not come, but I pledge to soon come, or you will organize a Zoom meeting, where we can have an open discussion and make suggestions. I want to note, ladies and gentlemen, that I have, and I'm sure other leaders have had and noted the various concerns that have been raised. And I want to pledge to you that together with the leadership, we should be able to address them in the coming days. I'm very glad to have spoken to you in this conference, and I'm looking forward to also speaking to you tomorrow and enjoying the talent that God gave to us, the talent that we are using for the betterment and freeing of our people. And thank you very much for listening to me, and I wish you fruitful deliberations. People power, our power.
People power.
Of Robert Kyagulanyi. You really presented a number of issues, some of which we talked about earlier, the questions that many